Welcome back. We are back again, live again to react to chapter 1179. Chat, how is it going? God bless each and every one of you. Glad to see you guys here today. We're back on the old setup because I forgot my camera at work. Chat, forgive me. We are here to react to the big 1179. We have the revelation of Emu. Guys, I don't know if I have the soundboard either. Are you guys okay without the soundboard today? Because it's plugged into my PC and it's going to be an absolute headache to try to unplug it. Guys, we're going to go old camera, old mic, no stream deck. God bless everyone. How are we doing today? How's it going, chat? Yeah, I took the camera to work. How we doing, chat? God bless you, Smokey, Johan L. Guys, I know that the chapter dropped yesterday. Was not able to stream for that long last night. Forgive me, chat. But nonetheless, we are here. And thank you, Young Smokey. Thank you greatly for reminding me to explain the two types of red herrings in One Piece. Chat, we are going to have a class session today. We're going to be explaining why Oda has two different types of red herrings in One Piece. We're going to explain what those two red herrings are. And I hope you guys are able to learn and make better theories and have better debates and have better discussions because of that. But before we can actually explain that, before we can actually go over that and talk about what the two types of red herrings Oda uses in his story is or are, we need to react to 1179. God bless you, Eli. I'm glad to see you, bro. You know, we're going to put some art on the screen, guys. You know, we can't have the chapter on the screen. You guys know the drill. Yo, guys, you know what? We've reached the point where you guys, all of you guys are amazing. You guys are big, grown adults. No need for me to repeat myself and say the same thing 100 times every single stream. So you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. No, we can't put the panels on the screen. Yes, it's difficult for me to stream because of time zones and a job. With that out the way, guys, I think we just jump right into the chapter. The sooner we read the chapter, the sooner we have open mic, the sooner I can explain what these two types of red herrings are, the sooner we can throw up some theories, the sooner we can debate all that kind of stuff, guys. God bless your souls. If anyone wants to go above and beyond to support the channel, we do have a Stream Elements link at the top of the stream chat. Of course, no one here is obligated to donate a penny, but if you guys like the content and you guys want to help me out, help me in life. Everything's so expensive. I'm trying to eventually have a family one day, Lord willing. Support the channel with the Stream Elements link. Don't do YouTube. YouTube's going to take all of it. Without further ado, hold on, let me pull up the chapter link. Without further ado, guys, we shall now react to One Piece 1179. I cannot believe it, man. We're finally seeing Emu. We're finally seeing Emu. This is such a legendary chapter. This is such a monumental chapter. How long have you guys been waiting for Emu, man? I want to know. Comment down below. Comment down below. How long have you guys been waiting for Emu? Did Emu live up to the hype? Is this one of the things you waited for the most? All right, here we go. One Piece, chapter 1179, Nerona Emu Descends. I don't really care about this cover art of Ace and Yamato. Let's get right into the chapter. Great Emu, did I hear you correctly? The Holy Land, Israel. Room of Authority. Surely you don't intend to actually visit Elbaf yourself. Please reconsider. For you to descend to the lower realm. This is no time for idleness. How long can the Holy Land possibly be defended under these conditions? Garling. Shamrock's return seems to have helped quell matters, but we were arrogant to think we could easily stop the lower realm dwellers from using starvation tactics against us. What good are leaders who can't even keep their own troops fed? Wait, guys, I want to clarify really quick. God bless Reese. Hey, God bless you, Stan. Chat, I want to actually confirm. Do we know, like through the official translations, if characters actually said that Marijo was being attacked? Or was it maybe like the celestial dragons, they were rioting because they don't have food? I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yeah, thank you, Dean's Life. Because I'm reading this and I'm like, wait a second. Did us fans, did we just assume there was actually an attack? Was it actually just like a riot? Because, yeah, like they said it was on fire, but see, we got to be careful with fan translations versus the officials. Okay, so Marijo is technically not even under attack by Dragon or Blackbeard. So the answer was neither. You guys remember? Everyone was asking, lots of people were asking, yo, who attacked Marijo? Was it Dragon or was it Blackbeard? Well, apparently it was neither. It was actually a riot. All right. What good are leaders who can't even keep their own troops fed? Our priority should be rallying the military might needed to assert global dominance. Even the former Navy HQ, ring. Yo, Garling is really bold, man. Bro is bold. Garling walked right into the room. He walks right into the room. He's like, yo, I'm calling the shots. I'm the Chad in the room. You guys are old as dirt. You guys are dumb boomers. Let me take over. Like, yeah, I'm technically a boomer, but maybe I'm on the younger end of boomer. Garling just walks in and asserts dominance over the Gorosei. These old guys, these old farts, still watching MSM. Been seeing your theories on X regarding One Piece and how it translates to the Bible. Totally agree with you. Easter egg. He's an adult film actor. Wait, who are you? Are you talking about Garling? All right, let's continue with the chapter. Labo Phase Power Plant Marijoa. I thought I told you, York. The Holy Land is currently facing a food shortage. Do you know one of the things that might break this deadlock? The Mother Flame. If you truly wish to live like a celestial dragon, hurry and produce energy. I'm hungry. See? Hurry and produce energy. That's actually one of the major themes about Mother Flame that Oda's translating from the real world into the story. And I don't want to go too long on a rant about this because I do want to continue reading the chapter. But just like in real life, right, people were begging for other alternative forms of energy. Right? People wanted nuclear energy because then we could stop having these wars and having all of this suffering from lack of resources and over oil. If we can have a new energy resource, a clean energy resource like nuclear energy, that would be a better world to live in. That would help improve the human condition on Earth. But what does the power structure do? What do the people that have the actual power in the world do? Oh, that's right. They go sign up to Israel. They send all the money to Israel. They give Israel nukes. They give Israel bombs. Give Israel this. Give Israel that. Go war over oil. They pretty much do everything except improving the human condition on this planet. It's all about worshiping the Jays. Worshiping the Jays. That's all everything's ever about. Serving them. They are gods, apparently. So when we hear about nuclear energy, how about we just turn it into a bomb? How about instead of using Mother Flame, instead of using nuclear energy to, improving the human condition, how about we turn it into a bomb? How about we weaponize it and we don't use it as an energy resource? See, that's exactly what Oda's illustrating with Mother Flame in One Piece. It's the exact same thing. You could take Mother Flame and you could use it as an energy resource, just like Stella said, just like Vegapunk said. Use it as an energy resource. So then there's not these continuous everlasting wars over resources and poverty. This is from the words of Vegapunk. He said this. Use this resource abundant everywhere instead of having wars over resources, and improve the living conditions of humans. No. Actually, let's take the nuclear stuff. Let's take Mother Flame and let's turn it into a weapon. You know why? Because politicians, kings, presidents, prime ministers, all these political elite figures, they don't care about you. You're nothing. You're trash to them. You are garbage cattle. You are worthless. In the eyes of the politician, they don't care. What they care about is making money, having power and control so that they can go take care of their family. That's how it is. So chat, you and I, we're on the same level against the elites, against the powers that be. They don't care about us. We're nothing. We're trash to them. Maybe not even trash. We're slaves to them. At least they can farm us, right? We're cattle. They'll farm us and use us because that's the kind of people they are. So next time you guys think about these elites, these politicians, oh, I'm going to run for president. I'm going to be a good politician. I'm going to be a good president. I'm going to be a good prime minister. I'm going to keep all my promises. Just remember, they're all the same. This wasn't part of the deal. Some might claim the original Vegapunk was aligned with this rebellion. Consider this your penance. Gotcha. One disaster after another, and it all started after Nika resurfaced. Are we to write this off as a mere coincidence, or was all of that inevitable? In any case, Great Emu, you should not leave Pangaea Castle. Allow us to dispatch the Navy admirals to Elbaf instead. So, you know, what's interesting about like this whole thing, like, you know, is it a coincidence? Is this inevitable? How do we view the whole situation with Davy Jones, Joy Boy, Nika? Chat, I'm kind of along the lines that Emu, the Gorosei, I feel like if they don't have the full-fledged prophecy written out, I think they only have bits and pieces. I don't like it doesn't come off, at least for the Gorosei, right? It doesn't come off that they have like this full-fledged prophecy in black and white start to finish. It seems like they only have like bits and pieces. Because you see how they act and how they speak. They say things like, oh, this is weird, man. Ever since Nika resurfaced. Is this just a coincidence? Is this inevitable? It almost seems like they don't really know about a prophecy of Joy Boy returning. They don't know about a prophecy of them losing their power, of Emu being taken out. You know, because if they did, I feel like the reaction would be much different, you know? And I think this is actually going to be very integral to Emu's character. I think Emu will either know equal to them or more than them. I don't think that it'll be a case where Emu knows less than the Gorosei in terms of prophecies. That would be strange. So in the mind of Emu, I kind of feel like Oda's going to go this direction where Emu is aware of a few prophecies here and there. But Emu's going to be the kind of guy where he's like, nah, I'm going to stop this prophecy. Watch, chat. He's going to be this kind of guy where he's going to think and act that he can change the future. He can stop prophecies. But see, then this is going to raise a question into the mind of the reader. Can you stop fate? Can you stop prophecy? Is this all meant to be? Is Luffy the chosen one? Which we gotta do that determinism Blackbeard fate video here soon. Still working on that, but this is definitely going to be on Emu's mind. Can I change history? Can I change the prophecy? Can I stop the fulfillments? And I don't think Emu's going to be able to do it. I mean, Luffy's going to liberate the planet, and this is done by taking down Emu. You should not leave Pangea Castle. Allow us to dispatch Navy admirals to Elbaf instead. That won't do. Consider all the other air incidents that have arisen. Our hands are tied. In that case, we must once again, Warkery, this is no mere coincidence, arrogance, idleness, negligence, pride. Thou must cast aside those follies at once. Oh, that was Emu. Oh, so Emu is telling the Gorse, telling Warkery specifically, you are falling to the passions. You are not completing your job. You are not completing your duty. You're failing to the passions. All this was inevitable. I'll be back. Seek it out. It appears that Neptune has had a daughter. Okay, so that panel of the baby crying, a bunch of people were asking who it was. Well, this panel seems to be saying that it was, or it is Shiroshi. That Delphi was stolen is something unforeseen lurking on Elbaf. We have new intel on the fog ship's captain. His name is Loki. The fog ship's captain. His name is Loki. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yo, who remembers Loki for Burn Scar Man? Is that theory making a comeback? Yo, Vincent, did we not have a debate about this a few weeks ago? Smokey and Vincent, did we not have a debate? We were in the voice call on stream and we brought this up. Vincent, I know for sure you were there. Smokey, were you there? Or did you miss that stream? Vincent, I remember you and I were arguing that Loki went out and he sailed the seas. Oh, no. I remember what the conversation was about is someone asked, who was the pirate Shamrock warned the Gorse about? That's what the conversation was. I remember now. And you and I think it was you and me, Vincent, we were saying that Loki went out and he was sailing the seas. Loki was causing mayhem overseas. So that makes Loki a pirate. I remember this. And some people were saying, nah, Loki's not a pirate. Loki's not a pirate. Remember, chat? Do you remember? Don't gaslight me. I know for sure this happened. We had this conversation. Some people were saying, not everyone, some people were saying, nah, bro, Loki's not a pirate. I remember at least me and Vincent, we were arguing, no, Loki went out and sailed the seas. Bro was a pirate. So what is my point? The point is that it does make sense that Loki warned the Gorse about, or I'm sorry, Shamrock warned the Gorse about Loki. Loki was a pirate. So ding, 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 ding. Secondly, Shamrock did what? Shamrock went to Elbaf and tried to recruit Loki. What a coincidence. So let me get this straight. Shamrock goes to the Gorse. Hey, there's a pirate I need to warn you about. The next time Shamrock does something in the story, he's going to Elbaf. He's going to Loki, former pirate. Hey, Loki, you want to join my team? Just a coincidence? So the stocks are back up then. Vincent and Smokey, the stocks are back up. Yeah, I was agreeing with y'all. Sham was talking about Loki. WL, bro. Shout out to L. But I don't want to see any liars in chat. I know for sure someone was saying, nah, bro, Loki wasn't a pirate, man. Loki's not a pirate. Nah, bro. So maybe Loki is the guy that Shamrock warned the Gorse about. And I was arguing, bro, it's straightforward. Shamrock warned some dude or warned the Gorse about some dude. And then the very next thing Shamrock does is he goes to Elbaf to recruit Loki. It's like, bro, to me, it feels so obvious. And something being obvious is purely subjective. Just because it's obvious to me doesn't make it true. And it doesn't make it obvious for other people. But just speaking from an opinion, from my opinion and my subjective view, I think it's obviously Loki. But it might not be Loki. Maybe it's not Loki. Maybe he was warning about Blackbeard. Maybe he was warning about Scopper. It doesn't have to be Loki, but I feel like it's Loki. And who knows? Maybe Oda's going to keep introducing things into the narrative, and I'm going to think it's someone else. But right now, I think it's Loki. All right, let's continue. Why would Whitebeard protect that young man? Who is he? Monkey D. Luffy. And that one, Marshall D. Teach. Nefertari D. Lily. Joy Boy. Davy Jones. Look what we have here. Now we got more. Shout out to my boy. Who is it that always says this in the voice call? Who is it? Yo, chat, who's the Black King that joins the voice calls? Who's our Black King that joins the voice calls every now and then on stream? Who is that? Because there's a few of them. There's Demal. Dude, why is it slipping my mind? Yes, Damon. Thank you. Damon. Yes. In the words, shout out to Damon. He's a real one. In the words of Damon, now we have some connective tissue. Shout out to Damon for that. Guys, now we have some connective tissue because in this panel on page 7, you see the torn posters of Luffy and Blackbeard. And what does it say? Joy Boy and Davy Jones. Obviously, Joy Boy's is being related. It's pointing to Luffy, and then Davy Jones is pointing to Blackbeard. Now, I can already see some people saying now, oh, it was obvious that Blackbeard is Davy Jones. Okay, listen, we get it. It was obvious too that Blackbeard is the return of Davy Jones, but now it's crystallizing, right? This is important. We need things like this in the plot. Stuff can't just be an obvious theory forever. It needs to crystallize. It needs to meet its reality. So when we see these posters of Luffy and Blackbeard being torn up, and it says Joy Boy and Davy Jones, it's really solidifying that Blackbeard is the return of Davy Jones. Whether you think it was so obvious all along or not, which, by the way, I think Blackbeard being Davy Jones is one of the most common theories ever. Now it's really coming to fruition. So that is very interesting. Will thou keep making Mu suffer? Retrieve Vivi. It was all set in motion long, long ago. Great Emu. Okay. The Holy Land shall be left in the hands. The Holy Land shall be left in all thine hands. Great Netanyahu, if you go to the surface realm, we have no authority to forbid this. But great Netanyahu, great Bibi, if you leave this castle, it is not our place to question this. The great Bibi one is fully aware of this consequence, No one can stop them. Whoosh. Oh, man, dude, the fact that Emu is leaving the Holy Land is just nuts. The fact that Emu is just leaving the Holy Land is nuts, bro. Like, we're talking about main villain. We're talking about the whole reason there's a One Piece. We're talking about the reason the Ancient Kingdom fell. We're talking about the reason the poneglyphs are censored. We're talking about the reason why they're hiding Joy Boy and Nika. Everything leads up to this man, Emu. The reason that the world government and the Marines are abusing this worldwide power, it all builds up to Emu, who's been kept in the shadows 800, 900 years. And we're finally getting to see this. Oh, dude, One Piece is ending. Chat, One Piece is going to end. I can't believe we are here to witness this. I can't believe I'm actually seeing this. I'm surprised we don't have GTA 10 by the time we see Emu. Elbaf, New World. Hyruden stands in Western Village, Realm of the Sun. Check it out. One of the demons was trying to put himself back together again. So screw you. Don't dare mess with him or mess with me. He's still alive in this state. Look, it's like a magnet. Freaky. You're the freak. They called you Gerd. I'll remember that. I swear I'm going to give you a gruesome death. I think you should take a look at this too, Deshu. Thump, thump. Huh? A heart? Or a steel heart? I wonder. Why is this heart made of steel? Why is his heart made of steel? Yo, was I right? These guys are AI bots with blood. I said that as a joke. These guys are AI bots, but they have blood instead of oil. I said that as a joke. I didn't even know he had a steel heart. If I destroyed this, would he still be able to patch himself back up? Gasp. Okay, so that's his weakness. Okay, you just gave it away. Yo, Summers, you absolute bum. You just gave it away. Gasp. All right, we'll destroy the heart then. Near Walrus School. Hang in there, Usopp and Brook. All your bones are busted. Want me to turn you guys into cyborgs? Where's Chopper? I won't forget your name, Sandri. You better remember mine. I already forgot. Okay, we got Gunko in a block of ice. Someone froze a school? Not quite. Its thermal energy was absorbed. Well, this was a boost. Or this was a bust. All the school's lunch supplies are rock solid and tasteless now. Food. We should give some to Usopp and the others. Focus on getting yourself back to normal first. Loki, that person you froze earlier, are they dead? It was a flash freeze, so they won't die, but they can only be thawed out by Ragnar here. They won't be able to escape at any rate, so don't sweat it. Squeak. Huh? What? Yeah. Oh man, here comes Emu. Yo, we need the Sephiroth theme. The Major from Hellsing. I know who you're talking about. Are you is that the blonde one, or is that the Christian one? I think you're talking about the blonde one. The one that was like Adolf. Yeah, the one that's like Adolf. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Here comes Emu. Yo, I gotta play Sephiroth's theme for this. What in the world is that? That black smoke looks weird. Wow. What? Look at the sky. Is that a magic circle? Everybody, come here, quick. What is that rumbling? I'm right by your side, Nami-san. Zoom, zoom. Wait, is that music? There's a music note. There's music notes? Doron, 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 doron. Wow, the houses are... What the heck? Is this a dream? Rawr. Doro, 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 doro. Yo, maybe this is the drums of slavery. Instead of drums of liberation, this is the drums of slavery. The drums of slavery. Yo, Mo, God bless, bro. The drums of slavery. The forest trees, too? Is this another one of their abilities? Da-dan, 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 do-do, 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 do-do. Oh, dude. That's an insane Conqueror's Hockey blast. That Conqueror's hot. Look, Zoro's even freaking out. Look at him. Zoro's sweating bullets. It's coming from the castle. Hey, isn't this the same hockey from before? Uest. I think they meant to type Orest Castle Interior Throne Room. Emu's going from one throne room to another.
Well, actually, Emu was in the flower capital. Emu was in the flower garden.
One throne room to another. I wonder if this is is this symbolic? Like, yeah, Harold was the king of Elbaf, but maybe Nika or Joy Boy was in the original throne room of Elbaf. Emu's like revisiting it. Splat. Huff, huff. Yeah, Emu's coughing. Ugh. Ah. Bzz, 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 bzz. Who is that? Oh, here we go. Last double page of the chapter, baby. Last double page. And we got the lightning blackness things coming out of the sky. We got the smiling buildings and trees. The Great One. Don't tell me he came here in person. Look, there's someone on the castle spire. World government creator, one of the first 20. Ability, Devil's Fruit. King of the world, Saint Naruna Emu. Oh my gosh, bro. We finally have gotten it. We finally got it. I want to see some dubs in the chat. If you guys are enjoying this chapter, if you guys loved 1179, if Emu lived up to the hype, if Emu has a fire design, if you are excited for this arc, if you are just enjoying this content, I want to see some W's in the chat. I'd be blaring the soundboard right now if I could. Bow, 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 bow. Absolute madness. We finally get Emu. And look at this guy. Look at this dude. He descends, by the way. He. Ah ha 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 ha. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. What do we have here? What does it say? Don't tell me he came in person. Then we got the editor's note in the bottom left corner of the double page. He descends. Oh, but I actually recall debating Emu's gender for 2 years now. 2, 3, 4 years. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Chat, let me hear it. Let me hear it. I want to hear those sweet words. Let me hear those 3 sweet words. Let me see it. All those debates we've had across hundreds of streams about Emu's gender, I tried to tell you guys in the Japanese, the Gorosei referred to Emu as Emu Sei, meaning he's a man. Let me hear those 3 delicious, scrumptious words. Let me see those 3 words in the chat. There we go. There we go. We are vindicated, baby. Vindicated. Vindicated. Just because they said he does not mean he does not have a vajayjay. Yeah, you need to delete your YouTube account. Nah, we all knew Emu was a man. JR Writer, I will end you. God bless King J. Me and Emu got to be stops. All right, outside of the Emu male agenda, what an awesome chapter, bro. You guys know I'm picky. I'm giving this chapter a 10 out of 10. And you guys know I'm picky. I give a lot of 7 out of 10s. I don't give a chapter a 10 out of 10 without good reason. Let's check out this translator note at the bottom of the double page. Translator note, Akuma Devil is written here entirely in katakana, whereas it's typically written with kanji for normal devil fruits. So maybe the devil's fruit? Emu has the original fruit? Because remember, this is what I was curious about when we were reading the spoilers. I said it could go either way. I said it could go multiple types of ways. Maybe Emu has the original devil fruit. Maybe Oda's hiding the name of the fruit. It could go many different ways. I want to see the different interpretations based off the Japanese. So according to the translator note of this, they're saying that Akuma Devil is written in katakana. And it's normally written in kanji. So I don't know. Maybe Emu does have the original devil fruit. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Emu has the OG devil fruit? Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. One in the chat if you believe Emu has the original devil fruit, which, by the way, I wonder how that works. If Emu has the original devil fruit, why is he so demonic, but then all the other types of devil fruits are not really demonic? Like the smoke fruit is not really demonic. Emu's the one that created devil fruits. Okay, so you think Emu, like the first fruit he made was a demonic one. Then he made a jacket fruit. Then he made an ice fruit. Emu makes devil fruits. So is Emu using the Sunlight Tree Eve to make a fruit? Does Emu use a tree to make a devil fruit? Because whatever happened to that theory? Garden of Eden. Bet the shape of her devil for her. You're not even getting the rest of your message read out. You better go back and fix this. I don't know who her is. All right, guys. So on the topic of One Piece theories, one thing that you guys have to understand is that there are two types of red herrings in the One Piece narrative. This is important to distinguish. It is important to point out this distinction because this is where people fail with their theories. This is where people fail in their discussions. When you don't make distinctions and everything is conflated, you have chaos, you have contradictions, you don't have a cohesive, consistent argument. You don't have a sound argument, okay? This is what we're going to talk about today, chat. We're going to talk about the two major types of red herrings in the One Piece storyline. I want you guys to pull out your pens, pull out your pencils, pull out your notebooks. It is now study time. Class is in session. This is going to be integral for you guys. If you want to make One Piece theories, have better One Piece conversations, have better One Piece takes, this is something you guys got to learn. This is something you guys got to soak in and understand. All right, chat, let's begin. I've talked about this before, but let's talk about it in a much more fleshed out, sophisticated manner. In One Piece, chat, there are two different types of red herrings. And depending on the type of red herring you see in any given scenario, there's different implications for it. Red herring type 1 has different implications than red herring type 2. Okay? Let's start with red herring type 1 in One Piece. I like to call this the nominal red herring, also known as, I'll coin it as the named option. Okay, chat, this red herring in One Piece that you've seen time and time again, this thing we're calling the named option, this is when you have a question in One Piece, you have a mystery in One Piece, you have a conclusion in One Piece where Oda, through the usage of characters, has named the conclusion without it being conclusive. So I'll give you guys an example. We saw something fly in the sky, and this big thing in the sky rained Mother Flame down, and it destroyed the Lucia. We then saw Ivankov talk about the situation with Dragon, and Ivankov says, oh, it probably was an ancient weapon. That scenario is a perfect example of the first type of red herring, the named option, because Oda's using this character of Ivankov to offer a conclusion to the reader. The readers don't know what exactly it was flying in the sky that destroyed the Lucia. So in this scenario, Oda's using a character to put into your lap, hey, maybe it was an ancient weapon. But here's the thing. It's not a conclusive answer because we don't know for sure if it's an ancient weapon. We haven't seen what it is that rains the Mother Flame down. it was only a theory from a character. So this is the first type of red herring that you'll see in One Piece. We're going to call it the named option. Now, chat, the second option, or the second type of red herring in One Piece, is what I'll call the obvious conclusion. Okay, so there's a type of red herring in One Piece where Oda does not offer an answer. He doesn't offer a conclusion. He doesn't have a character say what the conclusion is. He doesn't have a character vocally express what the answer to a certain mystery is, right? Oda might give you all the ingredients to believe that Blackbeard's going to have a third devil fruit, but Blackbeard never explicitly said he's trying to get a third devil fruit. So yes, Oda gave you the ingredients. He gave you the ingredients that Blackbeard has 3 fruits on his flag. Oda gave you the ingredients that the number 3 is very integral to Blackbeard's character. All these things, all these ingredients that you see in the story that you feel like it's so obvious, bro, it's so obvious, dude. It's so obvious Blackbeard's going to get a third fruit. That is what we're calling we'll call it an obvious conclusion type of red herring. Now that you guys understand these 2 major types of red herrings in One Piece, let me show you why it's important to make this distinction so that you guys don't fall into error. In option number 1, in type number 1, we just talked about the named option type of red herring, the named option. I would argue in this style of red herrings, it is very, very likely for it to be a plot twist, for it to be a traditional red herring. If there is a question mark in One Piece, if there is a mystery, if there is an answer we're trying to grab in One Piece, and Oda's giving you an answer, he's giving you an option, he's using characters to say, hey, maybe the answer is a devil fruit. That is the first type of red herring, the named option. And if you buy into that answer, you're most likely going to get tricked. It's going to be a red herring, meaning it's going to, the true answer, the true conclusion is something else. So in the first type, we in our first example, and this is just an example, right? Maybe it is an ancient weapon, but I'm just making an example here, okay, chat? So don't be too nitpicky with this. I'm just giving an example. It could be the case that when Ivankov says, oh yeah, maybe that thing in the sky that destroyed Lelousia, maybe it's an ancient weapon, because Oda's naming the conclusion, because he's naming the answer for you, because he's giving you a named option, Oda is setting you up for a loss. He is setting you up for a plot twist, because Oda is going out of his way for you to believe, hey, there's a big question mark. There's a big mystery. I think it's this. Hey, there's something destroyed Lelousia. Well, Ivankov said it was an ancient weapon. Ivankov thinks it might be an ancient weapon. I'm going to go with that. And that's how you get set up for a plot twist, and it's not an ancient weapon. Okay? Now, let's talk about the second type of red herring, okay? The second type of red herring, the obvious conclusion red herring. Now, notice in this second type of red herring, the whole point is that Oda did not give us a named conclusion. He didn't give us a named option. For an example, Blackbeard never said he's getting a third fruit or he desires a third devil fruit. Now, in this case, it actually does make sense if the obvious conclusion really is the answer. Because when we think something is very obvious, right, without it being named, we need to remember and realize that that is purely subjective. Just because it's obvious to Johan that Luffy's going to do this, or just because it's very obvious to King J that Loki's going to do that, doesn't mean it's going to be obvious to me. It doesn't mean it's going to be obvious to Jordan. It doesn't mean it's going to be obvious to L. Just because, I don't know, Eric thinks it's very obvious that Warcry is going to do something, and Lucas thinks, oh, well, that's not obvious. Well, you don't get anywhere then. When you're looking at how Oda writes his story, these are the types of things that I see. Again, in the first option, the first type of red herring, where Oda's giving you a named option, a named conclusion, that's usually going to result into a plot twist, because Oda's going out of his way to make you believe in something. He's making you believe that the answer to a mystery is this one thing right here. Well, no, actually, it's something else. Whereas in the second type of red herring, where the conclusion and the options are not named, that is purely subjective, and Oda's not going to, most likely, Oda's not going to set you up for a plot twist, or at least not in the same way that the first type of red herring will. Because in the first type, it wasn't even, it was named. Whereas in the second type of red herring, the obvious conclusion red herring, it wasn't named. And you have to balance this out, because again, as I just said, just because something's obvious to you doesn't mean it's obvious to someone else. So I hope you guys were able to understand this and digest this, so that you guys can have much better discussions. You guys can have much better takes. You guys can have much better theories, learning when to distinguish these two types of red herrings in the story. And now you guys don't have to conflate all these similar things, treating everything the exact same way, and everything's a complete mess. People don't know how literary techniques are generally used. They don't know how Oda's writing goes. They don't even know what to call these certain ways Oda writes. Now you guys can better discuss. You guys can better understand how Oda writes, and I hope that you guys are able to craft better theories because of that. Now, going back to the super chats, thank you so much, King J. God bless, bro. Eve Tree decides what fruit to make. The only ones dreamt by someone can be made. Only the ones dreamt by someone can be made. Jacket fruit exists because someone like Smokey dreamed of spooning a man. That is actually nuts. That's actually insane. King J, you really hate Smokey, don't you? Or do you have a crush on him? I'm starting to wonder, dude. I'm starting to wonder. Do you have a crush on him? Thank you so much, King J. God bless, bro. And Smokey with the $50 dono. Thank you so much, brother. God bless your soul. Since King J says I am dreaming of a man and spends money to do it, I gotta ask why you so obsessed with me, King Wank. Oh, hey, I see some beefing going on. Yo, guys, chat, are they beefing? King J and Smokey, are they beefing? Yo, King J, surely you're not gonna let Smokey have the last word, right? King J, are you gonna let Smokey have the last word? I don't think that looks good on you, bro. Surely you won't let Smokey have the last word. Guys, do you miss the Stream Deck, or do you guys not care about the Stream Deck? Because I'll plug in the Stream Deck right now if you guys want me to. Thank you so much, Smokey. God bless, bro. And then I saw a membership surgeon. God bless you, bro. Thank you so much, bro. With a membership, just became a member. Hope you enjoy the emojis. If you guys are a member in the stream chat, go ahead, drop some emojis in the chat. I know we got some members. We got Lucas as a member, Smokey, King J, Don. Drop some custom emojis in the chat. I want to see you guys mog the non-members. Mog the non-members. Okay. Guys, we're gonna enable it. We're going to enable it, boys. We're going to enable it. I hope this was the right one. Wait. Oh, shoot. Where's the USB port? Oh, is it this one? Yeah. Chat, we're back. We are so back. Let me plug this in. Let me plug this in. Let me plug this bad boy in. And guys, we are going to be switching to the open mic session. We're going to be switching to open mic here in a few minutes, okay, chat? So if you guys want to come debate me, you guys want to share a theory, you guys want to ask me something, we will have the open mic session soon. Yeah, do you guys hear it? Is it back? I feel like the stream's working a lot better without the deck. No mutes today. What do you mean no mutes? Oh, it's because I'm streaming on another device. I don't have my camera, so I'm not on the same system as before. Do you think Emu made the Nika fruit? Yeah, see, I don't know, man. You got to ask someone like King J about stuff like that. You know, would Emu make the Nika fruit? Why would he make that fruit? You know, like, doesn't really seem like it's something he'd want to go for. Get rid of King J's super chat and look at my stream elements. Yeah, I did, bro. I pulled it up. I pulled it up right here, man. Why is he still surprised, man? Smokey been throwing money since 99. Hey, I'm surprised every single time because I don't know why anyone would. I'm grateful every single time. All right, guys, let me put the link in the chat. Join the stream. Join the stream's voice call here. All right. And I want to see some new callers, man. I want to get some new people in the open mic. Do you think Emu has a devil fruit factory? I mean, if it's a tree, I mean, what to you would constitute a factory? King J with the hundo. Thank you, brother. God bless, man. Smokey and I have multiple ongoing bets in the server, but we haven't decided a wager yet. I have decided now. Nico Robin is the wager, and I'm winning. Yo, how do you have multiple bets going on? You don't even have a wager. What is wrong with you? The chapter is out, brother. No, bro, it's because, look, what happened yesterday was I had to leave as soon as it hit 12 o'clock, and Smokey said the chapter's out, and I looked at the clock, and it was 12:01. And I was like, yo, I actually have to go. Which, by the way, I did have to go. I had to get up early this morning. Thank you so much, Al. God bless you, bro. You too, King J. I don't know how you guys are making bets. You guys are betting, but you don't even have a wager set. How does that work? Young!
What the hell? This guy brought a new kid. This guy brought
$333. I can't do this anymore. I can't take it anymore. I can't take this anymore, Johan. How can Smokey continuously do this, dude? Just to flex on Bozo Way, get your money up, not your funny up. Chumpy always talking about me. I guess I should be flattered. Dude, King J, I don't know if you could recover from this, man. He just dropped a nuke on your head, bro. $333 dono. Chat, Young Smokey just dropped $300. Smokey, you know I don't deserve this, right? You know I do not deserve this, right? Thank you so much, man. God bless your soul and all of your descendants' souls. God bless your entire family tree from start to finish. All the way up to Adam, bro. Thank your soul. Smokey, I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before, but I'm glad you were born. You have made an everlasting impact on me. You have saved my life. Next chapter, some berserk type stuff will happen. What do you mean by berserk type stuff? Guys, if you want to join the open mic calls and talk to me live on stream, you guys have 2 minutes to do it. We're about to switch to the open mic session. If you guys don't join, you guys are going to miss it. Join the open mic. I want to hear new voices. Share me your theories. Share your concerns, your questions. Debate me, whatever it is. One Piece, geopolitics, sports ball. Nah, not sports ball. The church, something. I want all the smoke. I want every gram of smoke. We are switching to the open mic session of the stream in just seconds. Yo, I'm going to keep this right here pinned on the stream. $333 donation. Smokey, you're going to have to, you too, Smokey, but King J, you're going to have to look at this for the rest of the stream. You just got nuked. How is King J going to recover? King J, you better start digging into your savings, bro. You better start pulling out of your 401k. King J versus Smokey on VC would feed generations. Yeah, I'm trying to see L versus Smokey. I want to see you guys have a beard off. Who has the better beard, Smokey or L? Well, I mean, Smokey shaved his beard. He had to do it for medical reasons, but he's not the same old Yarouge that we've come to know and love. Yo, Smokey, did your beard grow back like a bit by now? Like, how fast does it grow? Is Donald Trump the real president, or is he just... Sorry about that. He's a terrible puppet. He's the worst puppet ever. It's terrible. He had crabs on his beard, bro. That's so messed up. Yo, we might actually have L and Smokey beef now. Wacho Libre. Blackbeard is coming, calling it now. Bro will show up and nullify Emu's power. You don't think he's going to go for an ancient weapon? Or do you think he's going to send his lackeys to go get an ancient weapon? Blacked out. Welcome in, Smokey.
Yo, what's up?
What's going on, bro?
Another day, another dollar.
Another day, another emu reveal.
Yeah, this chapter is still crazy, dude.
And
knowing Oda wrote the devil fruit, what was it? Kitakana or Kitakana instead of kanji?
Yeah, katakana.
Katakana instead of kanji. The fact that he wrote it that way just tells me right now Oda is saying, hey guys, here you go. You know I'm hiding
you hear me?
something.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah,
I can't hear you guys. Hang on, let me back out again.
I can.
Oh.
Mine's working
No.
perfectly right now.
I don't know about sports ball. I don't. I'm sorry. Yo, what's good? Warred. Demal,
But
God
yeah.
bless.
But yeah, as I was saying, like Oda is obviously telling us something.
Still
He's
can't
hiding
hear. Hang
something.
on, let me reset.
What is Oda telling us? I think Oda's telling us that Emu is satanic.
I think that too, but I also think he's telling us something about the fruit. He's either hiding the name or he's hiding, like, if Emu is the progenitor, or if Emu just has a devil no meaning, you know?
So you are actually unsure. Like you're not sold on it. Oh yeah, it's definitely the OG fruit. Like you're still kind of hesitant.
No, I'm saying it could be both. It could be either. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, but I'm asking like you're not sold though, like because it
Yeah,
sounds like you're half and half.
I'm not entirely sold. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
What I miss?
The facts that emu's fruit just says devil's fruit. Like what's going on with that? Is Oda trolling? Is he black or is he blue balling? Is it really just the devil's fruit? Like
But I think Oda is absolutely telling us for sure one thing though. He is telling us it is confirmed to its entirety. Emu is a devil fruit user. What fruit he has, I don't know, but we know he's a devil fruit user.
right.
When I see that, my mind goes to like it mean plural, as in he can use multiple devil fruits at once, as in like there's no, as in like there's no particular or limitations to what his power is. That's just me.
Well, I remember back when right when Sabo was in the throne room looking at the elders and the emu that emu hit him with a devil's tail, right? The early theories on this is that it was Gunko's arrows and emu was just using her ability, or she could have been in the room with him. But come to find out, now that we've seen Emu's full form, and also it kind of was hinted with Gunko when he took over Gunko that he has a devil's tail. So he just used his tail to pierce through Sabo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems clear to me now as well. And I do recall many people saying, oh, like that thing that stabbed Sabo, that was Emu's tail, bro. I remember seeing that a lot. So shout out to those people. Kudos to them.
So Vincent, I have no problem with Emu having multiple fruits as long as the premise remains the same. Oda just confirmed without debate that Emu is a devil fruit user.
See, what's interesting though, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but it doesn't have to be that Emu's limited to fruits. For all we know, he really does have an alternative power system called black magic.
Yeah, the Grimoire. The Grimoire he keeps pulling out. It could be a combination of both. I won't rule that out. I think it would be actually awesome if Oda did that.
Yeah, me too, because now you have like this style where, some characters, they got hockey. Some characters, they just got fruits. Some characters got fruits and hockey. But what if when you're going towards the end of the story, you're progressing towards its conclusion, you got the true big bads, they got the fruits, they got the hockey, but then they got something else that none of these other guys have. I think that is very plausible.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Like some people even say that's obvious.
Yeah, I like that a lot. It makes a lot of sense to me. I would be happy if it turned out that way. I would be happy if Oda introduced black magic to the power system.
Well, I mean, it's definitely been foreshadowed throughout most of One Piece. So yeah, black magic is definitely on the table.
Isn't it strange that Emu looks very human-like? How did his silhouette translate to this? Well, as I've always tried to voice to people, it was a silhouette. It's not meant to be. You're not supposed to pull out a ruler and, oh, well, I think Emu looks feminine. It's like, bro, it's a silhouette. Like, it's meant to be a question. It's not meant to be analyzed. It's a placeholder.
Yeah, it'd kind of be like I don't know if this is the right word for it, but it'd kind of be like a precursor to how Madara was with either Obito or Kaguya. It'd be like the person we see is not the actual villain until the big reveal actually happens.
By the way, this is off topic, but I forgot about this. Did Elle say I have crabs in my beard? You fucking torta. Chupara mi vegra, essay. You thought I didn't see that shit. But anyways, to answer your question from earlier before we get back on topic, yeah, I'd say L has a bigger beard than I do right now, but I'll let you judge it for yourself.
It's not
Mine's
about,
still growing back.
Oh, it growed quick.
it ain't about size, bro. It's all about presentation with the beard.
Well, I
Man.
got size and presentation. So what now?
Yo, this guy. Yo, Smokey, shut up. No,
I mean,
King
I
J
mean,
though.
Smokey, we don't really have much to compete with. I mean, our only competition right now with open mics is Threeful, and he barely has a beard.
Oh, come on now.
Bro, this is a real beard, man. After all the bets between me and Smokey gets decided, you see this, guys? You see this?
And really, L, I don't think he has room to talk about beards, considering he looks like Zebek doing a handstand.
You said your rouge. Oh, we got your rouge in here. Let's go, your rouge. Let's go. Let's go, your rouge.
Yeah, if anybody's got crabs in their beard, it's this guy right now.
It's your rouge. Yo, why is he just standing there menacingly, man?
What's up,
Oh, I'm
Skunk
already in
Beard?
here?
Yeah,
Oh.
we hear you speak.
Oh, what's up, guys? Let me see your beard then, Smokey.
Nah,
Beard
you got
off.
me beat. You got me beat. You got me beat right now.
You went down on the wrong girl, huh, boy?
Nah, I just had to. Fuck you. Fuck you. Nah, I had to shave it because I had to get a procedure done on my
Damn.
lip.
Hey, what happened though? Or if it's too personal, my bad.
No, just a biopsy. There was a bump on my lip. I wanted to make sure it wasn't cancerous.
Hope
guys hear
everything went
Smokey?
well with that.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I recovered. My lips recovered. Everything's cool. But thanks for
It was
asking.
nice, right?
Can you
It
guys
was-
hear him?
Who, me?
Yeah. Who, 3-0?
Bro,
I hear
can't
3-0.
grow, man.
I can't hear Smokey.
Oh, you can't hear me. All right, hold on a sec. Can you hear me now?
Damn, I probably came in and messed everything up.
No,
I'll
it's
come-
not your fault. Actually, yeah, it is your fault. Dude.
I'll come back in, guys. All right, give me 1 second.
Nah, don't come back.
Damn. Bro, Emu, I don't know. I think the design is cool, but he kind of looks a little Fire Forcey, Soul Eater looking. I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking that too, kind of looking like a
Right?
Shinra there at the end.
Yeah, he
Firefall.
kind of looked like Shinra a bit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too.
Do you guys remember Yu-Gi-Oh! GX?
I do, yes.
Most of
You
it, yeah,
remember-
most of it.
Do you remember Yubel?
Yes.
He kind
Oh.
of reminds me of Yubel. Does he not?
Yeah,
I don't
and
remember that guy.
yeah, Ubel was definitely
Let me
Ubel,
check him
and it would make sense if they had the third eye there too, hidden behind the banks, because Ubel had a third eye too.
Bro, I'm telling you, Emu's a 3-eyed tribe.
Oh, yeah, he looks like Ubel a lot. He looks like him a lot.
Wasn't Ubel also like half male, half female?
What's up?
Yeah,
Yo.
he
I
was.
remember his face was half and half, huh?
Yubel was like an alien that came down from a satellite and supposed to have been it was a card that Jaden created.
Hmm.
Hey, Damon, I was trying to tell them that this chapter, I was like, yo, in the words of Damon, this chapter, we see Joy Boy and Davy Jones named, but when they're being named, it shows Blackbeard's poster. So now, in the words of Damon, we have some connective tissue as to how Blackbeard and Davy Jones do have a true connection. And yes, obviously, many of us found that to be a very likely conclusion. But now, you know, we have it on paper, black and white, you know.
Yeah,
The
instead
connection.
of a theory, it's become law. Like if it was science, instead of a scientific theory, now it's a scientific law.
Yeah, Damon
this
always
was a
has a
real
good
good
way of
chapter for
expressing
connective tissue.
his words. Oh, my bad, Damon.
Oh, no, my bad. I was just saying, man, this was a real good chapter, man. With connective tissue, like we got some good lore dump stuff. You know, we got some exposition. You know, we finally got caught up on stuff. Dude, was pretty good chapter. We were
Honestly,
eating on this one.
I would say my my three favorite things from the chapter are: number one, we got to see a little bit more of the Gorosei's dynamics because I have never seen Jew Peters sweat as hard as he did in this chapter. Like the face he made looked like pure horror. The second thing I liked was obviously Emu's design. And the third thing I liked was seeing everything through Emu's perspective, like that little flashback. Seeing Shirahoshi be born, see Sebek say I'll be back, see what the reaction when Shanks took the fruit from Who's Who.
The info that he got about Loki from Shamrock.
Exactly.
Bigna says real good chapter with 9 pages. The One Piece reveal chapter is going to be only 1 page. Yo, I feel like it's certain that the One Piece reveal is going to be a double page at the end of whatever chapter it is. Like that's just like my head canon. Like, double page and it's showing break week. Yeah.
I would take that bet. I would take the bet. I mean,
Right,
I would bet on you. I would bet on that.
There.
That Emu backstory really made him look like the final villain, though. Kind of convincing me.
Sorry, El. I forgot to put this up. We have a picture of Lunarian or of King plus Yamato equals Emu.
Is that a Bozo Wade picture? Because I know that's a Bozo Wade picture.
You know what Bozo pick when you see one?
So no, just looking at it,
I just recognize a Bozo Wade agenda. But go ahead, Damon. My bad.
So looking at it, so we can kind of tell. Okay, so Lunarian plus Oni Giant equals complete fucking disaster. So that's what we have now.
I mean, Emu is a walking disaster, bro.
I don't think. I don't know how serious this picture is. It might just be.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear
me either.
Oh no, you guys can't hear me.
I can hear you, but I can't hear Damon.
Is he muted?
Oh,
can't hear me.
We might have to switch, guys. We might have to switch to one-on-one callers because I think it's quite glitchy when we have too many people in the call. Please forgive me.
I could sit out and you can let Damon go.
I'll pull you guys in one by one. I'll try to be a bit quick, but okay. So. Okay, let me ask you this, Damon, because I'm curious. And everyone watching the stream, please do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. But Damon, let me ask you, do you have a certain position on Emu's race? Do you believe Emu's definitely a Lunarian? Is Emu a new race? Is Emu a mixed race? What are your thoughts on all that?
I'm going to lean toward the delegation of he's a Lunarian, but it's also probably a combination because we see the horns. So there's obviously some Oni Giant blood there as well. And we also see the dark skin and the white hair, which is Lunarian. So it might be a new race. It might be a new hybrid race that we haven't seen yet.
So you say new race because it's Lunarian plus something else.
Right.
Okay, a byproduct. Okay.
Byproduct.
Do you have any idea what the second race would be? Are you open to it being Three-Eyed Tribe?
Three-Eyed Tribe? Yeah, because of the eyeballs and the markings and everything. I think that would be plausible. Yeah. That could definitely be plausible.
That's my whole theory is that it'd be cool. That's my whole argument. It'd be sick.
I just remember what's my Scopper Gabon has said, about love and like different races and all that. Like that just kept echoing to me when I was looking at Emu, and I was like, okay, there's a lot going on there, exposition wise, because we're seeing many different details and many different facets with like the character design there, because we can look at the horns and you see, okay, these horns, this reminds me of a herald, but then we're seeing like the skin and the hair, okay, that's reminding me of King, so like, yeah, it's a lot going on right there.
Yeah, I do feel like it makes sense to think about Herald and you know, these giants that have these horns, these ancient giants. Makes you wonder, but at the same time, you know, this idea of being a demonic form of, I don't know, like a demon, right? It does make sense that he would have horns then, and you know, he has the classic devil's tail going on. So, you know, it makes me wonder, are the horns because he is some form of a giant, ancient giant, or is it because he has he's the devil? He's, I don't know, a byproduct of an occult ritual. I almost feel like, though, maybe it's not about the race. Maybe it's not about him being or having any kind of giant blood in him. And maybe it's because he's just demonic. Maybe it's because of his fruit. Someone even argued maybe this is his hybrid mode.
You know, I was combing Reddit this morning before I went to sleep, and I saw like a theory. Someone had said that the reason like he looked feminine, they were just throwing it out there, was maybe he had grabbed Lily's shadow, but he wasn't able to like take her body. So now what we're seeing now is his actual, you know, hybrid, like with his body when he came to Elbaf out the circle, and you saw like when he touched down, he had panted, and I think like some liquid came out. I'm thinking his blood, some blood had hit the ground. Yeah, so maybe I mean, you know, people putting two and two together, connective tissue wise. Like he hasn't left the castle in so long, and he's coming to the surface in his real body, but he uses her shadow to veil himself because his body is so old.
But if it was Lily's shadow, wouldn't that just make it Lily then? Like when you think about for an example, Luffy's shadow being put into ores, I felt like we were looking at Luffy. It wouldn't seem like it's Emu anymore. It would just be Lily. It would be like maybe Emu's body, some old dude's body, like some guy from 900 years ago, and now Lily is the king of the world. What we call Emu is really just a body. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that just make it Lily that rules the world? Emu is just the name of the vessel.
I'm guessing, well, maybe in some sort of demonic possession or something, like he snatched her. He tried to snatch her, but he snatched her shadow instead, and that uses that as the veil, and then he just conceals himself within her. If that makes sense. Like, I guess it would be like a more stronger version of what Gecko Moria did.
Yeah,
okay. Pure version.
I'm open to that then. I like this idea of the shadows still being used, and you know, Thriller Bark and Gecko Moria being like a preliminary early elementary form of it. I like that. Maybe a precursor, exactly.
Because I was listening to what you guys were saying about, you know, like it being like a placeholder till Oda finds out what he wants to do. So you could sell me on that being a precursor. Like Oda, you know, was like, hey, you know, I wanted to, you know, build up exposition till I got ready to reveal Emu, and this is a way of doing that. Hey, you know, Lily's body, but it's him, but you know, her shadow outline, that's her. He only took her body, her outline, you know, like her essence or, you know, shadow or whatever, but it's his mind though. Over.
Yeah. The hurdle that I would have to get through is how are they manipulating shadows? Because as far as I understand, Gecko Moria has the shadow fruit. One option that comes to mind is maybe all this shadow stuff was set up 800, 900 years ago, and now they don't really have to move shadows around or something. But I would call into question how are they like manipulating the shadows without Gecko Moria's fruit? Because it just seemed like a little weird if they were manipulating shadows without the fruit. But maybe like that's because the fruit makes it easier to manipulate the shadows. Maybe it's harder to manipulate the shadows without the fruit. I don't know. I would want to try to get like a firm answer as to how they're manipulating the shadows. But really quick, Thank you, King J with the 40. God bless, bro. He says, I read TCB because there's Robin's feet in the banner. King J, you need psychiatry. And he drops another 40. Thank you, bro. Chapter would have been 10 out of 10, but we didn't see Robin. Okay, this guy clearly has a thing for Robin. All right, Damon, it's been good talking to you, bro. I'm going to try to go through the callers rapid pace. That way I could try to get as many different people in the call as possible. Right. If you're still here after a cycle, I'll pull you back in.
Okay, cool beans, bro.
All right, see you in a bit, bro. If anyone wants to join the open mic, guys, we got the link in the text chat. I want to try to give everyone a chance to call in. So I'll be waiting, chat. I'm going to pull in Vincent. Then I'll pull in Smokey. And if we don't get any new callers, then I'm going to pull in Damon. But I want to see some new callers. I want some new faces. I think we're going to do one-on-one calls today, guys. StreamYard is being very glitchy. And when we have 4 or 5 people in the call at the same time and they can't hear each other because StreamYard is so glitchy, they start talking over each other. And it's not their fault, but they start talking over each other and it becomes a mess because StreamYard sucks. Big Smokey.
What's up?
Emu's nose looks like Robin, and Robin is the devil's child. I don't even know what that means.
Can you hear me?
I don't hear you, no.
All right, I'll be back.
Nope.
Never mind. Gotcha.
You got me. Oh, this guy. I fell for that.
See, guys, that's how you flip a table. Like Oda, you got to know how to flip the script.
Ridiculous.
Yo, so what you want to talk about? I was kind of listening in on Damon because I was trying to figure out what was going on with StreamYard. What's up?
We were talking about the possibility that Emu is manipulating shadows with Lily himself. Maybe it's Emu's body, but Lily's shadow. You know, maybe Thriller Bark and Gecko Moria was a precursor to that. King J,
Okay.
What is wrong?
So will you do me a favor? Do you remember like months and months and months ago, like it was in the stream, and I was looking back at the Romance Dawn, and I was like, oh, there's the first instance of Oda having a villain using magic. I was like, this could be the prototype for Emu. Back when I thought it was preliminarily magic that Emu was using, right?
Romance Dawn?
Yeah, can you help me find that villain? It's the one shot where Garp is a pirate instead of a marine. The girl that's supposed to look like Nami has blue hair instead of orange hair. You get what I'm saying?
I vaguely remember, bro.
It was just this goofy ass wizard guy, right? And I was like, this could have been an early prototype for Emu.
Am I gonna get nuked if I put Romance Dawn on the screen, dude?
Probably.
YouTube is so lame. Oh man, because I have it on the screen right now. I'm trying to find it.
I completely forgot his name, dude. And I haven't been able to find it.
You said he does magic?
Yeah, he does magic.
Wait, is it the pirate looking dude? Classic pirate, thin mustache?
I don't think so.
I'm trying to flip through this quickly so YouTube doesn't go off on me.
But either way, no, I'll find it later because I know like this is on the stream, so like I'll find it later. It's not important, but guys, that's where I believe Oda got his prototype from England. You know,
that would be cool
because we saw early sketches of Emu's face. We've seen prototypes for Luffy. We've seen prototypes for all the major characters, right?
Most of them, or a lot of them.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. But I mean, Gecko Moria being a precursor also makes sense I mean, there can be a precursor to a precursor. You know, I'm sure Oda has had several different variations of what he wants to do. You know?
Yeah, I think a lot of these characters are going to play into Emu. I think that's what makes a good villain, let alone a good final villain. You have countless themes that you see throughout the story act as microcosms to the grand macrocosm. This guy who is the crux of the entire narrative, the crux of the whole plot. So we got to see these traits from Arlong coming to its full conclusion in Emu.
Mm-hmm. I agree. The other thing that you were saying earlier that I agree with too is I also want Emu to possibly part Three-Eye Tribe. For the simple fact, we've explored the Buccaneers, we've explored the Fishermen, we've explored the Tontadas, we've explored the Giants. We haven't explored the Dosendatas or the Three-Eye Tribe, or what was it, the Long Arm Tribe, or the Long Neck Tribe, or the Long Leg Tribe? The other
Bro, we don't need to explore those stupid tribes, bro. No offense. That might be racist, but long arm tribe, long leg, bro. Give me Three-Eyed Tribe. That's way cooler.
Yeah. I'm saying at least the Three-Eye Tribe because Pudding's got to read the poneglyph, you know?
Buccaneers.
We explored the Buccaneers, though, with Kuma.
I mean, not too much, but I guess
Not entirely. I agree.
We could get some more, but maybe we don't need Emu for that. Like Emu doesn't have to be a Buccaneer. Emu's probably not a Buccaneer.
No, I think for sure he's not a Buccaneer.
So what % chance do you have Emu being Lunarian?
So here's what I'd say. I'm a little conservative because what I would really want is because we've talked about it with like his shadow form before, with all the rat memes and all that, of like Emu being an amalgamation of the rats. I've heard him being an amalgamation of the former 20 Kings. What if he's an amalgamation of the races in one piece?
He's like all races. He's like a mixed breed.
But I will give King J this much credit. Like, you can definitely see Yamato and King in him, for sure.
Yamato and King. So you think it's possible that he is actually a Lunarian Ancient Oni?
Yeah, I think he could, like I said, at the end of the day, I want him to be an amalgamation. But if he is an Oni and a Lunarian, I also would be happy with that. I just don't want Emu to be straight human unless there's going to be a very detailed backstory on how he lost his soul and he got corrupted. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel you. But are you guys really fixating on Emu's nose? Why not like the ring or the eye tattoo?
I guess they wanted him to be an Usopp nose.
Wait. It just clicked in my head. I'm sorry to cut you off. It just clicked in my head. That eye we see on his hand, isn't that in the Alabasta tomb?
Okay. I saw a couple people looking over this yesterday. There's definitely been like some symbolism to that eye. I don't know if it's in Alabasta because I haven't exactly went and looked at the panels of myself. But if you're thinking about Alabasta, then yeah, maybe. Unless you're placeboing yourself into believing it.
It's not. I am placeboing myself. It's not Alabasta, dude. That symbol on his hand, I've seen that somewhere. And I think
saw
that's
somebody
exactly
post that. I saw somebody post that. It was on a wall too. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't remember the exact place it was.
Bro, I feel like Oda did that on purpose. Oda wanted us to see that thing on his hand and have us feel like, wait, I've seen that somewhere.
Kind of like the same thing with the symbol in Kuma's church and the Gorsei room. Kind of like that.
Wait, are you talking about
the cross, right?
The cross. Bro, I've seen that thing on his hand before. Where have I seen that before?
Yeah, I saw somebody on Twitter bring that up, and I can't remember who it was. Damn.
Oh
But
man.
there is something to this. This is gonna be something like I'm gonna have to look over, and then the next time we have a VC, I'll let you. I'll tell you where it is, or I'll even send it to you as soon as I find it. But I know there's something to this. I just can't prove it right now.
I'll be waiting, man. But now this is irking me. I've seen that symbol on his hand somewhere, bro. It just randomly clicked in my eye or in my head. I was like, wait, I've seen that before. Where is
The
that
one
from?
the one thing I know is that it's in a panel where you can like see a room, and something else may have been happening in the panel, like some character dialogue. But if you look on the wall, you see it. I just can't remember where.
Dang, bro. Yo, Chad, I will shout out the first person that can tell me where we've seen Emu's hand tattoo before. It does look like the thing in Alabasta. Let me pull it up really quick. It's not, but it looks a little similar. Yo, Chad, look,
I
check this out. You see that symbol right here? You see, hold on, maybe I have to let me enlarge the picture. Okay. You see this symbol above the tomoe? Like this horn looking thing. It's like a skull with horns. That symbol looks somewhat similar to his hand, but I can't put my finger on it. I feel like I've seen this symbol before. Who's who chest tattoo. Wait a second. Is that what it is? Oh, shoot. That is a little similar. You see this, Smokey?
Yeah, I'm saying this. What I was thinking of wasn't tied specifically to the character, but here's another example.
Where's the example?
You said
You left
who's. I thought I was talking about who's chest.
Oh,
Listen, dude. I think I'm starting to gaslight myself, and then you're gaslighting me, and then we're gaslighting each other. I swear I remember an eye symbol being on a wall in one of those freaking panels. I just cannot remember the chapter, the arc, because I saw it quickly glancing through Twitter.
Yeah, bro, I saw this stupid hand symbol somewhere before.
Ideos
Check
Neos. We will never find it.
Bro, I hope we do, because this is gonna be you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be laying in bed. It's gonna be like 3 a.m. and I'm gonna be like drifting off asleep, and it's gonna flash in my head. Oh yeah, it was in chapter 798, dude. That's what always happens to me. I'm like going to sleep. I'm about to drift asleep, and then that stupid idea pops in my head.
You know what's funny? I'm the exact same way you are. If somebody brings up something and it makes me think and I can't find the answer, I get very irritated and get very fixated until I find it.
Glad to know I'm not the only psychopath.
Yeah, VP a little crazy, but you love me.
Very true. All right, bro. Let me swap to Vincent, and then we'll see how much time we got left after that.
No worries, brother.
All right, catch you soon, bro. Guys, I want some callers. Join the stream voice call. Come talk to me, share your theory, ask your questions, have a chat. Come hang out with your boy, debate me, whatever it is. The floor is yours, guys. I got the link in the text chat. We got Big Vincent.
What's good, Chief?
Chief, I need you to tell me where this stupid tattoo on his hand is from.
Honestly, I'm just as dumbfounded about it as you are.
Have you seen it before, or have you not seen it before?
I'm looking for it now, and I so far have not seen it. But I did find the villain that Smokey was talking about, Shupol. Well, that's the guy from Romance Dawn.
Shupol.
Shupel.
What? Oh. Sorry, Vincent. Hold on.
Take it down.
King J with the super chat. Sorry, I missed that, bro. Thank you so much. Emu Lunarian and Oni Zoro upscale. I mean, I would lean more towards Emu being a Lunarian. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a false dichotomy, but I feel like there's probably a much higher likelihood of Emu being a Lunarian over Oni. I kind of want to lean towards Emu having these horns because he is demonic as hell. And I understand the logic behind him being an Oni, you know, because of the horns, but I think because of Oda's, like how Oda's depicting him in the story with the devil's tail and using pentagrams and all that, I think it only makes sense that he has horns. Sorry for missing that super chat, King J. Now, going back to Vincent, you found the villain that he was talking about from Romance Dawn. Shupel, was it?
Yeah, Shupel.
Shupel.
He's the dude with all the different colors as part of his clothing and the very ugly looking face.
Does he have like a wiki page?
He should. Yeah, that's him.
Shupel.
Yeah, Shupel. My bad.
It's all good. Romance Dawn version 2.0. Oh, I thought he meant Romance Dawn, like the
first chapter,
like the one shot.
Okay, that is the one shot.
Wait, it is. I was thinking the black and white from like 1997.
Maybe.
Wait, it is from. Wait, so it is from. I didn't see it. Maybe I went past it.
Yeah, so this whole thing was that he had like magic himself working with. And he was that basically just answers that, but still no clue on the eye of freaking Agamotto that Emu's got on his freaking hand.
Shupel is exactly what Vincent said. Shupel has the ability to use magic, allowing him to ride on a flying broomstick. Bro, you are not Harry Potter. Set people ablaze or lift them with telekinesis, summon weapons, and control water to sink his own ship. Oh my gosh. Emu's definitely controlling the water, and he is summoning weapons with that grimoire.
And I guess you could say that he's riding on a broomstick because if you look at his weapon, it kind of has that broomstick part at the end with the cloud.
Bro, he's gonna pull out. He's gonna like grab it and swing it. We're gonna think he's like gonna like attack someone. He's gonna slice someone in half, but he just swings it forward and starts riding the broomstick like Harry Potter.
I mean, the way I look at it, it has many different functions. He could use the blade part as an actual weapon, or maybe kind of like how you said yesterday with Miss Golden Week, maybe he could paint new shadows with the Hagoromo clouds, making shadow demons.
That's actually a good idea. But really quick, I want to point this out because it says here on Shupel's wiki page, this he has magic, right? This gives him an advantage over non-magic users, but most of it was useless against Luffy's rubber powers. Now, I think Vincent and Smokey are onto something because if this goofball Shupel was inspiring Emu or was like a precursor to Emu, it'd be very fitting because NL is also a precursor to Emu, and NL's I guess like the gimmick with NL is that he had a huge advantage over everyone in Skypiea because he had an OP Logia. No one could handle it, but it was ultimately useless against Luffy, being that Luffy was made of rubber or is made of rubber. So in the same way, Shupel, his powers are very he has dominion over his enemies because they don't have magic whereas he does, but then it's ultimately useless against Luffy and his rubber powers. So if we apply this logic to Emu, if Emu has magic like Shupel has black magic and this allows him to dominate everybody including the Gorosei, but yet it doesn't work against Luffy because the power of friendship and dreams and liberation, then it makes sense because it not only would fit Shupel as a precursor, as a foreshadow, but then NL as well.
Yeah, that would be the case. And this also gives me another reason why I think that NL could actually be like half Burkham, like NL, because if you look at them, they kind of have like the same kind of design there. They're slightly, they have the same type of weapon, and it's hidden by the clouds, but it looks like he has the same puffy pants too. I know that's not big there, but I'm just pointing out design wise. And I also, you mentioned the eye on his hand, but my focus is more on the ring because I'm not entirely sure, but that could be a similar ring to what Blackbeard has on his hand, like one of those 5 different rings he's got there. Because doesn't he have one that's similar that's like a sun?
I want to say really quick on that note, I'm looking at the black and white TCB and there is no ring.
You don't see a ring?
And coloring.
You don't see a ring on his on the hand where his face is?
No, only on the colored version. When I look at the black and white TCB, there is no ring.
Huh. It's interesting.
So, man. Dang
but
it.
There's also like goes into more stuff with there because maybe NL is actually part of the Nerona family because Nami seems to have this connection that both of them sensing both of them, and they both seem to have like these cloud-based attribute about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is a cloud-based attribute around them. That's interesting. I've also seen like seen people say things like Nami is like a long lost granddaughter or daughter of Emu or something like that.
But I mean, it's kind of hard to take that because maybe I'm not trying to like make like family connections here, but what if the Nerona and the Nefertaris are kind of like cousins in a sense? Like they have this long lost familial connection. Like maybe someone from the Nerona was trying to be wed to Vivi and to Lily and make the Nefertaris and Neronas the one, but Joy Boy interfered. But like I said, I'm just splitting hairs and I'm not trying to make the connection, but
I mean, it's always good, Vincent, to explore options because you might actually land on something. It might widen your perspective, and then you get that jolt in your body when you discover the answer. But I want to respond to this really quick because I thought this was interesting. Jordan says, I'm here late. Welcome in, bro. Could the eye symbol on Emu's hand be the hand of Fatima / Hamza? And it fits ironically there to ward off negative energy and represents the eye of God for protection. See, I did not consider this at all. Very creative answer. But I do know that this is from, again, Jewish magic. We see here it
kind of fits the whole motif that the Celestials are going for.
Exactly.
A lot of sense.
Exactly. In Jewish usage, it is also called the hand of Miriam in Sephardi Mizrahi context, or sometimes Hamesh Hebrew 5. So they like the Jewish mystics, the Kabbalah users, these guys love the Hamza, or what they would call the hand of Miriam. And just as Vincent said, we definitely see a Jewish inspiration. In One Piece, we see a Jewish inspiration when it comes to the celestial dragons and Emu. So, ironically, Jordan, you might be onto something. In fact, I was arguing yesterday that it's almost certain Emu's using not just regular vague black magic, but Emu is using Kabbalah.
Which would be interesting thing to know, because then that probably means that they're trying to combine the Jewish mythology with like Hindu mythology, or am I mixing that up?
Well, I think Oda will use all different types of mythologies in One Piece.
And on my other thing,
like an amalgamation.
Yeah. I also like to note that this. I also like to note that this version that you have up right now of Emu if you the Hagoromo that he has in the back literally looks like a black sun. So maybe that's taking the inspiration that maybe the Emu is not just like the black sun god, but he's actually like the eclipse that blackens out the sun. So maybe the will of D, the D that we keep seeing cover up the moon, maybe it's not a D, maybe it's actually like an eclipse.
I mean, I could see that being the case. I've always felt that, at least symbolically, Emu is, or at least symbolically, Emu, or metaphorically, Emu is the eclipse to the One Piece world. They used to have the light of God. They used to have the sun god pervade all things, but because Emu is so prideful, he casted away the sun. He brought an eclipse upon the world. So you already have this metaphor in place. We even see, I forgot which One Piece intro it is in the anime. Maybe it's during Dressrosa. I don't remember when, but in the anime, they're describing how the world government took control over the world. The Celestial Dragons took control over the world. And the way they depict this is a bunch of ships are out at sea with the moon going in front of the sun and it just casting darkness everywhere. It was an eclipse, a solar eclipse. So with the Hagoromo possibly being like an eclipse, I can definitely see that because the metaphor is already there for the character. The symbolism is already there. So
yeah. And also with another similarity to Emu and Joy Boy is that they both apparently have their own songs when they come up. Luffy with the drums of liberation and obviously Emu with the drums of subjugation.
Drums of subjugation.
But I also wanted to get, I know that I have limited time, so I'll make this next part short. About the steel hearts that Summer and Killingham obviously had. Maybe there is some truth to like there's some kind of cybernetics put in there. Maybe they used old ancient technology for themselves, turning Holy Knights into like either cyborgs or android. But that doesn't really explain the whole immortality thing. But it could be more like these could be like the Holy Knights could be like prototypes of something else that could be the case because I know I'm wording this wrong and I'm stuttering a lot. I apologize for that.
It's all good, bro.
And I'm just curious more on what the real secret behind this perpetual youth is with the Holy Knights.
Yeah, that's a good question because the steel heart was something that just came out of nowhere. I almost feel like maybe from like not from a literal, I don't know how to explain this, not from like a literal stance or a literal point of view, but from like a narrative overall plot kind of thing. Maybe the Seraphim were a precursor to the Holy Knights, where the Holy Knights are like these AI robotic creations of Emu. Maybe even extending to the Gorsei. That's why they have steel hearts. Whereas Seraphim were creations as well to help the Marines and stuff like that. So it could be something like that. That's why they would have steel hearts. I think like a steel heart is very strange. Or maybe his heart is inside of a metal box for whatever reason. Maybe there is like an actual organ in there, but maybe
I mean, they could be like artificial organs, just mainly, and like that's what keeps them alive, like artificial lungs, artificial hearts.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Like, yeah, because your heart won't expire under natural means if we just make your heart out of titanium. You know, like what you're saying, like a very advanced, artificial heart, artificial organs. Maybe that's Emu uses the grimoire. He uses black magic, and when he gives these people immortality, it's fake immortality. It's through technology and black magic, which we know you should never trust the devil and black magic.
And it's kind of interesting that Gerd is the one that mentions that it's like a magnet, which for some reason puts my mind back to Kid with his with his devil fruit power. So maybe Imu's using like Geki Geki no Mi to magnetize these pounds of flesh to this metal heart, thus reconstituting their whole physical being to being like purely magnetic.
That is also a very interesting take. I would have never thought about that because Kid just doesn't even exist in my mind. But Vincent, great chatting with you, bro. Thank you so much for the takes. Some great stuff always from Smokey, Damon, Vincent. God bless you guys. Chat. We are running out of time, so we're gonna pull in Mets here in a moment and have a good chat with him. Might not have that much time left on the stream, guys. So like the stream, do all that YouTube stuff, help your boy out. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the chapter. Can't believe we finally had Emu revealed in this chapter. Let me ask Mets, how does he feel about Emu finally being revealed?
Well, it feels like the revelation is reached in One Piece. The final battle is on its way. At this point, Luffy's got to get to Mary Joie, get that last road poneglyph, get to Laugh-Tale, open the One Piece, get the full power of, or I guess of the full dose of Joy Boy's hockey, and maybe, I don't know, raise the martyrs that were killed by Imu's hands, pour out the 7 bowls, and basically force him and the world nobles, who I view as the combination of the Great Harlot and the Great Corruptors,
Great Harlot, wow,
of Babylon, basically let them get drunk on that blood, and then when the final cup that possesses Joy Boy's old life in it is handed to Imu himself and he drinks it, that strips him of his power, and then Luffy can finally kill him.
Wow, that is quite unique.
It's from you ever heard of a YouTube channel called Spoken Gospel?
No.
Basically, they'll take sections of the Bible, do a depiction of how it links to the Son of God, telling a poetic story, and then they'll go over biblical studies in each chapter and verse. I got that from the Revelation video last November.
That sounded pretty awesome to me. So let's see. So you mentioned Luffy going to Mary Joie and Laugh-Tale and all that kind of stuff. I would even say that Luffy has to finish going through the New World. Luffy hasn't made it to the end of the New World yet. At some point, Luffy has to go forwards and cross that red line and reunite with Laboon. But interestingly enough, the first time
Great Harlot. John basically refers to the corruption of religion. That is the Great Harlot.
I've seen some people call the Catholic Church the Great Harlot. That's pretty wild.
That are corrupt. And Dan basically points it out that I'm referring to the end times. And One Piece is about to hit its end times.
Yeah, I mean, it's already in the end times, I'd argue. But going back really quick, the first time Luffy saw Shabandi Archipelago, he said that the next time he crosses it, meaning completes the New World,
Archipelago.
The next time he crosses the red line, meaning completes the New World section, he'll be Pirate King. And I actually believe that it was a prophecy from Oda. So then that calls into question, okay, well, when is Luffy going to Mary Joie then? Because if Luffy goes to Mary Joie before becoming Pirate King, meaning finding Laugh-Tale, because also becoming Pirate King is
that's where the last road. Mary Joie is where the last road poneglyph he needs is.
Yeah, but then you would have a scenario where Luffy has to go across the planet to Mary Joie, then all the way across the planet again back to where Laugh-Tale would be, which is arguably towards the end of the New World.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up a One Piece globe because I feel like that'll make it easier to show what I mean. What's a One Piece 3D globe? This is not the one like in the past. Guys, do you know where that like the OG One Piece globe is, like the 3D map? Because I can't find the good one. I only see the lame one.
I'm gonna be blunt, Life Bearer. Emu is not losing in Elbaf. At worst, the Straw Hats get captured and Luffy gets killed. At best, they get away by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Okay, so here's a map so I can explain to you guys what I'm trying to argue, right? So this is Marijoa, right? And I pronounce it as Shabandi because the word of that they're using for this archipelago, it comes from the word Shabandi, which is soap, and everything we see in Shabandi archipelago are like soap bubbles. But anyways, Luffy was here, right? Luffy was here. We call this paradise, this half of the planet. And he was sailing towards Shabandi archipelago, and he's looking at the red line. This is pre-time skip. He's looking at the red line, and he said, I finally made it to the red line. The next time I cross you, I'll become Pirate King, right? So then we had that whole mess with the Straw Hats getting split up, Marineford, blah, 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 blah. Now, post-time skip starts, and they meet at Shabandi again, and they go underwater this way to Fishman Island, right? And you can see Marijoa's here as well. They're at Fishman Island. They keep sailing. Now they're in the next half of the world, the new world, right? They're sailing forwards. Punkaz or Dressrosa, Wano, blah, blah, blah. They're sailing through the new world. And, you know, we can argue that Elbaf is towards the end. But my point is that you always see people saying, like yesterday, for an example, people will say, no, Luffy's going to go to Marijoa, then he's going to go to Laugh Tale. But again, I call into question, when Luffy was here, he said the next time he crosses this, he'll be Pirate King. So that means he would have to go forwards, right? He continues sailing towards the New World, and then he's at Reverse Mountain again. And when he crosses this, he's going to be Pirate King. So Oda's implying that Laugh Tale is towards the end of the New World, and I think that makes sense thematically as well. You know, you circumnavigated the globe, and when you reach the end over here, you make it to Laugh Tale. So if someone posited that Luffy was going to go to Marijoa, but then after Marijoa he goes to Laugh Tale, that means that Luffy goes backwards through the New World. He goes and passes everything he already passed originally in the New World to make it to Marijoa. He fights Emu, then he sails forwards again through everything he already passed in the New World.
Laugh Tale being around here,
it would be towards the end of the New World. But he would go through the New World again, all the way here, passing all these islands he already passed before, find Laugh Tale, and then he makes it to Reverse Mountain. It seems like a weird stretch for him to go backwards to Marijoa and then go forwards again to go back to where he was at Elbaf. Like, that's very strange. To me, what makes most sense, chat, is that Luffy makes it to Laugh Tale, which would be towards the end of the New World, right? Thus proving what he said back at Shabandi, that the next time he crosses the red line, he'd be Pirate King. So he sails forwards from Elbaf, just going forwards through the New World, gets to Laugh Tale, he becomes Pirate King, he reunites with Laboon, now he's back in paradise, he's Pirate King now, and he's thinking, I gotta go liberate the planet, fighting Emu. So he just sails through all the Paradise Sea again, this time as Pirate King, zooming forwards all the way until he reaches Marijoa. That to me seemed much more linear than, again, Luffy actually going backwards to Marijoa and then forwards again to Reverse Mountain. Like, that's so strange. But if anyone has objections, let me know what you guys think, as well as you, Mets. Let me know what you think about this.
I can see the merit in your logic, Threevil, but it's just that with the whole fight that's to come in a couple of weeks with Emu against Luffy, where he's drained, I know Emu doesn't give a damn if he's picking a fight with a vulnerable individual, as he clearly shows no sense of integrity, no sense of honor. But then again, does Satan ever have that? No, he does not. And when you consider everything that's going on in Marijoa right now, with how everyone's going out of control, the Navy can't keep things in line. I mean,
yeah,
You know what I wish Luffy had done on his way out of Egghead?
What's that?
He's taking a spare video snail with him, so the moment Imu arrives, he can broadcast it to the world, making the Navy realize, oh my God, we've been working with the fucking devil himself. We quit. Or at least the more honest officers in the Navy.
Yeah.
More corrupt ones, like, say, Green Bull, on the other hand, they wouldn't give a damn. They're going to hell, and they gladly and they gladly head down there.
Or, and on top of that, Luffy could have this video transponder snail to showcase Laugh Tale to the world. It's like Luffy's like, yo, guys, look where I'm at. I made it to Laugh Tale. Guess who's the Pirate King? So now not only do you have 4K proof that Luffy made it to Laugh Tale and he's the Pirate King, but then Luffy could show the One Piece to the whole world and show the whole world this hidden island no one's ever made to before.
But I'm just saying that this moment, what's about to happen tomorrow, couple of days, and for the next couple of months, if we're gonna stay on Elbath for a while, as the carnage is about to mount, it would have been smart to take another snail and expose Imu to the general public. I mean, at this point, outside of the Straw Hats, when they're going to find out on Sunday, the only ones who know about him are the Gorosei, Sabo, Dragon, and clearly Ivankov of the Revolutionaries, and Wapol, but he's too chicken to talk about it.
Yeah, Wapol is a total chicken, yeah. Well, I mean, at least Sabo was able to relay this to the Revs, relaying it to Dragon. So, because Dragon is said to have, or at least the Revs are said to have bases in, different islands across the world under their wing. So they could easily start pumping out massive volumes in newspapers that someone's actually ruling the world. We don't have an empty throne. We don't live in a democracy. There's actually a secret ruler going on. And this would cause a big stir. This would cause a big problem. And then, again, pump
I highly
up.
doubt Sabo brought with him a camera snail when he infiltrated the Reverie. So there's no photo proof of Imu's existence. Wouldn't work.
Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, an accusation, maybe a lot of people wouldn't believe it. I guess you got a point, yeah. Really quick, though. One Piece TCG said, yo, Evil, did you see the transponder snail SBS? Do you know what he's talking about?
Mets? I don't follow the SBSs, to be perfectly honest.
You don't care about them or what?
I don't keep tabs on them. I mean, sure, I keep tabs on the manga scans when they come out every Sunday. But still, that's probably why Dragon and Shanks are here, though. You need an intelligence arm for this 100%.
What do you mean by that's why they're here? What do you mean by here? Do you mean like just in general?
Well, the fact that both had lived under the thumb of the world government and maybe even by proxy in one way or another. I mean, you know how often Shanks and Shamrock will tend to swap places or seemingly swap places in certain shots. Like when it looked like Shanks infiltrated the Reverie, but odds are it was Shamrock in disguise.
Well, yeah. I know you say you don't read the SBSs. The recent SBS, Oda confirmed it was Shamrock that spoke to the Gorosei.
Thought so. Then why is he dressed as his brother?
You think he's dressed as his brother?
I mean, go back to like right as Luffy's entering Wano. You said that was Shamrock in talking to the elders?
Yeah, according to Oda, that's what Oda's saying.
And he was dressed as Shanks.
Yeah, but what do you mean dressed as Shanks? Because he had a robe. I don't really think he dressed as...
Maybe that was Shanks.
Well, I mean, Oda I'm telling you from the SBS, Oda himself is saying that it's Shamrock. Unless Oda's lying, maybe Oda's lying.
I mean, a lot of people who want the more romance part of Romance Dawn say Oda's lying about no non-platonic relationships amongst the Straw Hats.
Oh, sorry, this is going to be off topic. This just occurred to me. Shamrock, when he was speaking to the Gorosei, warning them about a certain pirate, he was wearing that robe. And then when Shamrock appears in Elbaf, he's still wearing the robe. So my point is like you can draw 2 and 2. I think we definitely know it's Shamrock then. He was wearing the same robe. But then secondly, it makes it seem like it's definitely Loki that Shamrock was warning the Gorsei about. Bro didn't even change clothes. He walked into the Gorsei's room of authority with the robe on. Said, yo, I'm going to warn you about Loki. And then went straight to Elbaf.
Mm-hmm. And then imagine what happens when Luffy crosses paths with him, only to realize it's not Shanks because the real Shanks is missing the arm with a contract mark attached to it. Since Shanks deliberately had it get bitten off by a Sea King.
So are you arguing that Luffy wouldn't get fooled seeing Shamrock?
Well, he might initially get tricked, but once he sees the arm, that's the false alarm. I mean, he might think he might have
got
gotten
the arm back.
I mean, though, Grant, I think he could also think that Shanks maybe ate a model lizard devil fruit. I mean, Luffy is that stupid after all.
Yeah, you got a point. All right, Mets, it was good talking to you, brother. Sorry, gotta probably wrap up here, chat. Thank you guys so much. God bless each and every one of you. If you guys can, do that good YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, noti bell. Guys, since we are going onto a break week, I suggest that we have some open mic streams, chat. What do you guys think about that? Should we have some open mic streams? I'll see if it's possible because I got work this whole week. Not only am I working this weekend, I'm working the whole weekend, but then I'm also working this whole week. And on top of that, it's going to be Holy Week at church. We are celebrating the Passion of Christ. It's going to be Holy Week. It's a very important week for Christians. It's a very important week for the Oriental Orthodox Church. Going to be extremely busy this week, but maybe I can sneak in. Maybe we could sneak in some short streams, a few short streams. See if we could do something like that. Maybe not long, hefty streams, but maybe we could stream an hour here, an hour there, an hour here. Try to make up for the break week. Start talking about Emu. I'm sure over the next few days, all of you guys are going to come up with some great ideas. I'm curious to see. But regardless, chat, thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for the super chats, the donos, all you guys liking the stream, sharing theories, debating, trolling, joking. Thank you guys so much for everything. I greatly appreciate you. Sorry, Damal, I wasn't able to get to you. Damal, next time I have an open mic stream, if you're in the backstage, I'll prioritize you, bro. We're going to be wrapping up here, though. Take care, everybody. God bless all of you. Have a beautiful, wonderful morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Take care. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace.